but perhaps there's more to this mission than meets the eye.
Time to run the gauntlet! I'm your host, Brick, and it looks like we got us some new challenges. Give them a big gauntlet welcome, you scumbags!
Shenanigans, back again, and welcome to MMOMG. My month in WildStar is up, and I'll be giving my summary in just a moment. Right now, I'd like to recap my final week in the game. So after a total of 97 hours of play, I made it to level 50 as an engineer on the very last day, not long before the end of the stream. It's important to note that I leisurely strolled through the last 2 weeks in zones that I was out-leveled for. I spent a decent amount of time off-stream completing crafting quests and decorating my plot. If you put any real effort into getting to 50, it would take a fraction of the time that I played this month, perhaps 20, maybe 30 hours. As a result, I didn't get to experience endgame at all, but it allowed me to take a good look at a lot of the pre-50 content. Once hitting 50, though, I was impressed to see a slew of endgame activities available, from zone questing to instances, contracts, and more. It looked like enough to keep you busy and entertained for quite a while. I was able to get a limited look at the Primal Matrix system for level 50 characters, and it allows you to gain additional stats, amps, tier points, and even new abilities. The Primal Matrix is set up kinda like the Path of Exile skill tree, with a central starting point and a bunch of branching nodes. Each node costs an amount of Crimson, Cobalt, Viridian, or Violet Essence, which can be obtained through various means of play post-50. Now for the part you probably tuned in for. It's time to give my thoughts on the game and discuss its various pros and cons. Overall, WildStar is a pretty polished title, which makes sense seeing as it was originally a subscription-based MMO. The zones are large with lots to explore, and often blend into each other without load screens. Quests are on par with WoW in terms of presentation and variety, which is to say they're competent, but nothing really fancy. Escort quests are used sparingly, and didn't seem to be nearly as aggravating as in other titles. There's way more in-game lore than I expected, from written journals with a variety of topics to the mysterious data cubes that play audio recordings, and I was always excited to find data cubes. Though it's a bit of a slow build-up, the main story involving Drusera, the Eldan, and the Strain is fairly compelling. Of all the MMOs I've played over the years, only one other title, that being World of Warcraft, has had stories interesting enough that I cared to actually watch lore videos about, which I think says quite a lot. For the most part, WildStar's instances are pretty good. I played all of the expeditions available to me, and the casual pick-up-and-play feel of them was pretty surprising to find in a game that supposedly focuses on the hardcore crowd. Adventures are neat, but need to be reworked, as they offer little incentive to play and don't have cross-faction support. Dungeons are fun, challenging, and probably best represent what WildStar is all about. My biggest complaint about dungeons is that I wish there were more of them. Player housing, aka plots, are absolutely amazing. WildStar has the best player housing of any theme park MMO that I know of, and allows for creativity rivaling that of many survival sandbox games. The near limitless possibilities allowed by WildStar's plot system is being further pushed by a new feature called Communities, which I understand allows for plots to be grouped together somehow. The plot system is probably one of WildStar's best assets and should be at the forefront of this game's promotion. I must also applaud WildStar for what might be the fairest cash shop of any free-to-play MMORPG. It's full of cool cosmetic options, and that's pretty much it. While it's true that unlocking more bank storage uses premium currencies, almost every free-to-play title requires that and lots more. It's nice to see a free-to-play game that doesn't lock content or character progression behind even a soft paywall. It should be noted that you can gain the secondary cash shop currency known as Omnibits via gameplay, which can be used to purchase the majority of things offered in the shop. WildStar also offers an optional subscription, which rewards players with increased gains to experience, currencies, and other conveniences. Even subscription status can be obtained with in-game currency via the C.R.E.D. system. One aspect of the game I didn't really enjoy, however, was crafting. WildStar did away with the ability to queue up multiple crafts of the same recipe, as each type of crafting has a configurable element that players need to supply. The style of customizable crafting isn't bad, but it feels more suited to a sandbox MMO, and just seems kinda clunky and out of place here. Due to a rough start and bad publicity, WildStar suffers from a low population. It's not a ghost town by any means, as I always saw other players while out questing. The capital city was full every time I stopped in, and instance queues were fairly active. That said, there doesn't seem to be enough players right now to support an active PvP community, as battlegrounds never pop for me during the week. While I find WildStar's combat enjoyable and more interactive than traditional tab targeting titles, it's not quite as action-oriented as some of the newer games. After playing the game and seeing the telegraph system in action, I think WildStar's combat and controls work pretty well. This is, of course, very much a matter of personal taste, and the only way you're really going to know if you like this style of gameplay is to probably try it for yourself. After playing a month of WildStar, I have to say that I'm actually impressed. The game has a lot of polish, an interesting story, amazing player housing, challenging instances, a truly free-to-play cash shop, and a big open world. It seems that most of the complaints people initially had about this title have been fixed, and I feel this game has a way worse reputation than it really deserves. If you're looking for a quality free-to-play theme park MMO and have shied away from WildStar in the past, I suggest you give it a try. Anyway, that does it for this episode, as well as my month in WildStar. I'm moving from a game everyone thinks is dead to one that truly died and has returned. Next month, I'll be playing ASTA Online, which has recently reopened on Steam and has been touted as the Asian equivalent to World of Warcraft. Join me in Gamer Watch Live, Sundays through Wednesdays starting 8 p.m. Eastern Time at twitch.tv/shenanigans1930. Please give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and follow me on Twitter to stay updated on everything I post. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, take care, guys.
Hey, Nido! Look, they can't all be gems.
Got it. Level 50.